March 16th, Millwood, Arkansas. The birds are chirping. There's red buds behind me that are blooming. There's locals on the bank throwing corks, and I see them catching males. Pretty exciting time. Spring has sprung here in southern southwest Arkansas, right next to Texarkana. Millwood, Arkansas. I've been here several times, but it's been 15 plus years since I've been here. I know giant crappie live in this lake. We're going to go out and we're going to continue to learn the new Garmin Livescope. I have it. I need to learn it. I'm not very good at it. I'm not an expert yet. There are guys out there that are becoming experts in short order. I need to be one of those guys. So, like it, love it, hate it. Regardless, I'm going to learn it. So, hopefully I can get some crappie on video today, hitting that lure, and you can actually see the fish on the Livescope. So, join along. Let's go. Springtime. My setup, guys. It's my typical setup, 10 foot. Signature series jigging rod right there. It's a KR 102 JR jigging rod, 10 foot in length with just a cheap Bass Pro Shop mini reel. That's a CXT 40B. That's 24 bucks at Bass Pro Shops. Where'd he go? Right there. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. You hit it. Oh, yeah. Oh. I love it. Oh. I got another one down there. Just hunting for the fish. I saw that fish just suspended, sitting completely still. Throw him back. I knew I could catch that fish. When they're swimming, they're hard to stop. Sometimes you can get their attention. Most time you spook them, but if he's sitting completely still in the water column, he wasn't around a tree, he wasn't around nothing. Put that freaking slab hunter right in front of his face, and he couldn't stand it. That's fine. I'm saying that's a crappie right there. I gotta get in between those. Oh, I see it. I see the stump. Yep. Right down to him. And oh, he missed it too. Dang it. Oh, no. Oh, there's crappie. Oh, I'm not paying attention. Look. Oh, boy. Look at that crappie right there. Right on that tree. Oh, he's right on that tree. Let's see if we can get his attention. Oh, man. I went too fast. I was explaining my gear. And a crappie right there. Come on, baby. You see it? Oh, he's spooking. He's spooking. Look at that. I spooked him to the other side of the tree. You don't want to eat. Now, he's still there. You can see the blob down there. Now, every angle, sometimes it doesn't look like there's a fish there because the angle of the boat is wrong, but he's still sitting there. I can see him. Oh, yeah. Big one. There's another one down in there. What I found is, oh, he may still be there. What I found, oh, they're getting in the top of the nose, starting to eat, guys. You can tell. There's another one down in there still. There he is. Oh, There was another one down in there. There was two of them. Spooked him. I had to work him. Old slab hunter. Golly, those are just beautiful fish. One on the bottom there. Right on the bottom. Gee whiz. You hit it. Attaboy. Oh, it took a minute, but he bit it. God, he's not that big either. Man, I had to work that sucker. Gee whiz. One out there suspended all by himself. If I don't spook him, it looks like one you should be able to catch because he's not moving. Oh, he's swimming though. He's gonna swim off the page. What happens, what I've seen is if you spook him, craziest thing ever, if there's a fish up here you spook, he goes right to the bottom. You can be up here at 2 foot of water and go to that bottom 12 foot deep in a split second. Spooky spell, just spooked that crappie. Going too fast. There's one set up on that tree right there. See him? See that light spot there? Gotta move the trolling motor head. There you go. See him? See if we can't catch this fish for you. Right on that tree. He's stuck to it. He's 15 foot out. Gotta learn this. Remember, 0's the boat. 15, so he's 14 foot out, and he's 8 foot down. Come up here, reel this up just a little bit. That is definitely a crappie stuck on that tree. See if I can't catch him. Pitch out there. Watch my jig fall to him. Right there, right in his face. Come on, baby, turn around. It's more like ice fishing to me, or sight fishing for bass, than it is crappie fishing. It's bizarre. Everything I've learned, I gotta relearn. You're gonna have a whole new breed of crappie fishermen out there, and they're gonna be live scopers. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. See him? There he is! Spot lock. Not as big as the last one. Still a good fish. Got a sore on his nose. Boy, got a little rough nose. Or if he's been caught before. Still, just a beautiful crappie. Where'd my scales go? You know, when I'm practicing out here, I like to. I can kind of tell. I'm starting to tell guys that fish was not as big. It was a pound and a halfer. Yep, 154. Great. Man, at home, I would love to have him. At home, I'd not have a 154. Millwood, Arkansas, you better not have any 154s. Whew, that was perfect, guys. Oh, there might be another one. There's another small one on that tree. Look at that guy zooming across there. See if we can't stop his butt. Very spooky. That fish was locked on that timber. And I could tell. There's another little dot there, a little small crappie maybe. Yep, swimming around there. See him? Right underneath the boat. I could kind of tell that fish wasn't a big one. It wasn't putting off. You can tell, you're starting to tell by these grids here. It's a 2 foot wide grid by 12 inches. So 12 by 2.
You can tell, you know, a 15-inch crappie is going to take up 3/4 of that grid, and you can tell when it's a big fish. You really can. And that sounds crazy. And these guys are going around and targeting these big fish. I'm seeing how they can do it. Pretty easy, actually. There's a little bitty dot on that tree right there. Let's see if it's a little bitty crappie. See if I can't get him to bite. He's stuck on it. See my jig, I'm trying to place it. Oh, he went on the back side of the tree. See how he disappeared? So he's on the back side of the tree and you can't see him no more. Yep, that or we spooked him. Alright, that was cool. 2 of them worked perfect there. Hopefully you can see that. Livescope. Garmin. Oh, there he is. Moved out here now. Look at that. Little guy. He just keeps moving around the tree. See if I can't get him to bite. It's amazing, guy. If you can get their attention. I've raised this jig. You can see that little dot right there. I have raised this jig and watched him follow it all the way to the surface and not eat it. It's insane. I think that one's following it right now. Watch. Watch me raise my jig. See him following it? I spooked him. I spooked him off. He went right back down to the tree. I spooked him. What happens if you drop it back in their face and they're not aggressive? They will freak out and spook them. Guys, crappie fishing changed forever. I don't care what anyone says. This is it. This is the future of crappie fishing. I mean, for years, I came out here and I would jig all these burdock trees, hedge trees, cypress trees. And this is all I would do. And I was in hoping there was a crappie next to them. With this technology right here, I don't have to hope anymore. I know if there's a fish there. And there's one, looky here. We just got one out there suspended. Let's see if we can't make this guy bite. He's just suspended. That's just a suspended crappie right there. That's as suspended as you can get. Oh, he saw it. He saw it. There he is. He saw it. I could see his body. His whole body moved on that screen. It was like video game fishing. This, oh man, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. He had it down there too. Whew. Lights out, guys. Black and chartreuse. Pink head, one of the best crappie colors in the world. Not a big one, not a big one. 1 pound and a quarter, maybe 130 maybe. He was suspended, and oh, he's bigger than I thought. 160, wow. 156. I like this little scale. Keeps my 7 fish. At the end of the day, I know what my total is. I just like knowing what my 7 fish weigh, so I can brag to Jeff Lewis and Matt Beckman, because when they're at work and I'm out here fishing, I can rub it in, you know. What good's fishing on a Monday when everybody's at work if you can't brag about it, right? So what's cool about that fish, and hopefully you guys can see that on the Livescope, and I'll figure out how to get the video right off the screen so it's not so grainy. I think you have to have a Wi-Fi unit. I don't know if this 1221 is Wi-Fi or not. I should have researched it better before I bought it. I just bought it, the only one they had, and the 12-inch screen at the time. Garmin is selling 4,000 Livescope transducers a day, someone told me. Oh my goodness. A month is how many of the transducers are being sold. So they are hot commodity. Crappie fishing world in uproar. It's here to stay, guys. This technology is only going to get better and better. And so for us old guys like me that are set in our ways, and I used to run around this lake and outfish everyone because I was hard-headed and I just kept fishing. That's all changing. That's all changing. This has changed everything. Something to always mess with. I like the depth range. Go to the menu, depth range, down. I always like seeing a whole screen, right? I mean, if you crank that up, you're not going to get the detail. This is all nothing. So you only see in there. So I never have it on auto. Always have this guy. I always manually set it to where the bottom is at the bottom of the screen. You'll see more stuff like that. Forward range, I don't go any further than 30 feet. 20 to 30 is where I keep it. Gain, mess with it every day. Mess with this gain. See where you like it. That's 100. Down low you barely see anything. I keep mine about 78. That's where I like it. Find out where you like it. There's a fish right there. See? Hey guys, our bait selection today. Remember, our water temperature started this morning at 54 and it's risen all the way to 59. So it's 59 for the first time all year long. It's been in the 40s for the last 3 months because it's been winter time. It's March 16th, so they're going to get real close to getting up shallow here and thinking about spawning in the next couple weeks. But right now is the first warm trend we've had here in southern Arkansas. Again, I'm at Millwood Lake. I started with what I start with every time I go fishing, is the 3-inch slab slayer. I caught some on that, but I was getting a lot of short strikes. So then I downsized and I went to the minnow minder in lights out. That's a lights out minnow minder is probably, if I had to say a go-to bait, that would be it for sure. Something else, another cool bait that I actually cut my fish on. Used all 1/8 ounce heads, Crappie Pro heads. Something else that I used was the new slab hunter, and it's so big and I was getting those short strikes, I would actually take this thing and I was cutting the head of the bait off and making that thing a little bit smaller profile but still have that cool tail. So that was the baits that we used today during our fishing. There he is. There he is. Bite it. They did too. Ooh, it's a big one. Woo! Oh boy, man! You gotta be patient with that. That's a big one. Woo! Wee! Look how far back we floated. Golly! Nice one. Remember your spot lock. Yeah. He won't go 2 pounds, but I bet he goes 190. I bet he calls one. That's our small fish. Oh, we got a 149. I missed that earlier. I called the wrong fish earlier. This will really help. Yeah, 187, 189. Yeah, 1258. Woo! Man, I hope you saw that on the old Livescope. Tell them the white bass. Dots. Crappie is more of a solid white bass. 90% of the time, you throw your jig down there, it'll spook. I can't get him to spook. Watch, look at him. Look at him spook. That's very spooky. Again, guys, right now I'm going to give you show you the map and show you exactly where we decided to start fishing, because I get asked that all the time in these videos. I'm not giving you enough information. How I determine where I'm going to fish. It's March 16th. It's been winter, right? It's been cold. It's been nasty. Those fish have been relating to that main creek channel, but it's been warm. It's been warm for the last 2 weeks. So what we have done, we have decided to start in a secondary channel where it has 12 to 11 foot of water and get out of that 20 to 30 foot of water. With the warming trend, those fish will move. They haven't moved all the way up to 2 to 3 feet of water yet. They will in the next 2 weeks on this lake if it stays warm, for sure. But we picked a secondary channel. I'll show you that to you right now. It's I think it's an old oxbow lake or an old lake out here, and you can see it. It's just off the creek channel. It's all by itself, and
On the edges of it, 6 to 7 foot, and it drops off in this channel, and it's full of cypress trees and the hedge trees on the bodart trees on the side. So these crappie will live right here in this secondary little lake, and then they'll go up in that 6 to 7, and they'll actually spawn. Something people don't realize, if you look around this lake at Millwood, there's no rock anywhere except for the face of the dam. There's no rock in this lake. Where do the crappie spawn? Right out here in these trees. That's a tip. Not every crappie will spawn on the bank. They can spawn, it just depends. If they find something hard, they can lay their eggs on 15 foot of water. I think they spawn in 15 feet of water to 12 foot of water at Lake Fork every year since the lake's been dammed up. So something to think about. Yeah, they're going to be shallower, and that shallow water is going to be warm. They're going to lay their eggs, but they can lay it at 5, 6, 7. That's a perfect, unless there's weeds or something, rock on the bank that they're going to spawn in. But what we've done here, March 16th, they're not spawning yet, right? They're going to think about it. They're going to get, some males are going to get happy this week and put on their tuxedos here in southern Arkansas, and then they're going to think about laying those eggs. But until then, stay out a little bit deeper. That's where those big females are going to be. They'll be out here staging, just waiting for that time to be right, and they're going to move right up on that out of this little secondary lake here, this oxbow that I'm fishing. I think it's an old oxbow, and they're going to spawn.
He saw it. Come on, big boy. That's a giant too. Come on. And he went right to the bottom. Look at that. He went to the bottom and freaked out. Look at him swimming. That's what they do. You spook them, they go to the bottom, and they just disappear. It's bizarre. It's the craziest thing ever.
Crappie right there.
See if I can't catch this crappie. Looks like he's right there. Right there. Dropping that jig right. Oh, spooked him. See if he comes back. He did! There he is! Oh, it's a big one too. Come on, string it. Woo! Oh, come on! Wow! Oh man, that was awesome. He swiped at it. I hope this shows up on the Livescope. He swiped at it and then came back. Here's what I do with every one of these. I hit my spot lock. Woo! There's the result, guys. Dang, I got him down the gill right there. So, man, live scoping, picking him off. I saw that fish down there. He just swam in when we came. He wasn't on the tree at first. He came in. I actually saw this fish swim into the stump. That's a giant. Yeah. You can see that or not. That's 211. That's our fourth fish of the day. Whew. Big one. He got a little, ripped his gill. That's what I'm gonna do with him right there. When people get mad, I throw crappie back. That's all right. Wow, I hope that showed up on the Livescope. That was awesome. Very cool. Very cool. A lot of people hating this Livescope. It's out here. I'm going to use it. The technology's there. Downsized. I got a little pink head on. Using the Bobby Garland minnow minder. I had the 3-inch slab slayer, and I had a couple of them hit it and miss it. So that guy didn't. He swung it. He swiped at it. I never felt a thing. I left it there. I never moved it. He came back up and hit it. Giant 2-pound crappie. And we're just cruising along the creek channel. I've got the mapping system on down here on the Hummingbird. On a little bitty ditch. It's an old oxbow. And I have the Livescope on, so I have two. I got to stay right in this creek channel, so I'm using the old Hummingbird technology for the map. And then I'm Using that live scope, just picking them off little by little. Millwood, Arkansas. Beautiful, beautiful lake, Millwood, Arkansas. Crappie laying in between them two stumps. If I can put my jig down there, see it falling? Right on his head. Did he see it? He did. He did see it. What's a big one too? Oh, it worked. Fat. Look how fat that fish is. It's getting fun. They're locking on the timber good now. Boy, they're getting in the top of their nose. Gee whiz. Some. Beautiful fish. Beautiful. That is awesome. Couldn't weigh this fish. He's gonna be another 1.75 pounds. If he ain't 2, he's fat.
Live scope fishing, guys. Love it, hate it. Lots of controversy out there about this stuff. Is it cheating? Should it be banned? Well, it's not. And I'm an old school guy. I've never been an electronics guy ever. I've never won a tournament because of my electronics. Not one time. In the 35 crappie tournaments I won, none of them been won because of electronics. It's because I was hard-headed and I went fast and I outfished everyone and put my jig in front of active crappie's face more than anyone else. Those days are over. And if I want to continue to be a tournament angler, I have to learn this live scope. I've spent the last 3 days here learning the live scope, and I've learned a lot. It's interesting to watch the behaviors of these fish. There's times throughout the day that the fish don't bite, right? We've all had that. They bite between 10 and 11 and they kind of shut off and they turn back on at 2 or whatever the day goes. And you're seeing that in looking at these fish on the screen now where you can see them. You can almost tell they're not biting good and they're real spooky and they don't want to bite. They will spook with your jig hitting the top of the water. It's bizarre, but when they're biting, none of that stuff matters. They'll just stay there and they'll come after your jig. So just like you think when they're biting. Well, that's true, and you can see the behavior of these fish on this live scope. Absolutely amazing technology. There's going to be a whole new wave of fishermen out there, and they're going to be called live scopers, and they're going to become experts at this in short order. This technology, the Panoptic's been out for a couple years, but the live scope Panoptics is less than a year old. There's some guys out there that are already getting it dialed in. I'm going to get it dialed in. I did a pretty good job here the last 3 days. I wish I'd have known it when I first came down here, but I'm learning. I'm actually holding the rod in my hand and just panning back and forth, looking, and I'm not dropping my jig in the water until I actually see a fish. It's crazy. Before I would have fished every single tree and moved really fast, and now I go to those trees, there's no fish on the tree. There's no sense even fishing the tree, right? Why would you do that? So I'm not. I'm weaving it out, and I am not stopping until I see a crappie. It's amazing how spooky crappie can actually be. You never knew that. You knew fish were spooky, but this live scope is telling you everything about how these crappie relate. It's a very interesting tool. Like it, love it, can't afford it, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you hate it or if you don't like it. It's here. It's in our face. It's the hottest topic out there. So I'm using it and I'm going to learn it. I think I may not have to spider rig as much as I used to now that I can actually see the fish. Before, when the fish were out suspended out in open water, spider rigging was a deadly way to find them with all those multiple poles. Well, now you can find them on this live scope. Very interesting.